Alright, what's up? It's been a couple of weeks since I put the last video up because, yeah, life has been busy. I'm just going to play with a pen while I talk because it helps my brain. Yeah, things have been really busy the last couple of weeks because I've mentioned this in other videos. I've been looking at transferring down to Christchurch and it is now official, done, paperwork's all signed. So, yeah, I've been busy trying to get everything organised and geez, what a mission it is to get this kind of stuff organized. I didn't imagine it was going to be this difficult. Um, but everything but one or two things is now organized. House. So my partner and I had originally planned just to go down there and stay in like accommodation, book a batch, whatever, for a couple of weeks, look at houses, and then go, oh yeah, we like that one, we're renting that one. But I saved a few and we were like, oh, let's do some, video calls with the real estate agent and see if we find one we like before we get down there. Just as we'll check it out when we get down there. And then we found a house we both really liked. And not only did we both really like it, it's kind of perfectly set for where we want to live as well, in Christchurch. So we signed all the paperwork, so we are officially tenants. I think the last part is that the real estate agent just needs to sign off her part on Monday, so tomorrow. And yeah, but that other stuff's been busy, like organising a moving company, because I have like a lot of gym equipment, a lot of plates and bars and all that kind of jazz. So I just want to get all that organised. Finding a moving company was ridiculous. Some people saying, oh, well, we have to pick it up, put it on a train to Auckland, and then a boat from Auckland to Christchurch, and it's going to cost you $8,000. And I'm like, $8,000? Like, I'd be better off just selling all my equipment and selling everything and then moving. But I found a really good company who's just, like normal moving company is just going to bring a truck and pick everything up and then drive it down, and everything's kind of perfectly fallen into line. Like a friend of ours is picking up the keys on Friday. So when I say Friday, I mean Friday like 5 days away. And then we leave time. Time is jumbly. Saturday night, Sunday morning. I mean, it's technically Sunday because our boat leaves at... The ferry leaves at 3:30 a.m, which... Gee, that's an early start. Because you've got to be down at the ferry by 2:30 for check-in. Like, before 2:30 for check-in. So, that kind of sucks. So we're going to leave here, Palmerston North, at midnight to make sure we get to the ferry by 2:30. And yeah, ferry leaves at 3:30, arrives in Picton? Yeah, I think it's Picton. Wherever the town is at the top of the South Island. And then, yeah, from there it's like a 4.5 hour drive to Christchurch. But we're actually going to stop in Kaikoura because we want to have like a late breakfast and brunch, basically. And if everything is tracking on time, I wouldn't mind going and checking out the seal colony because, that's kind of cool. So yeah, training's just kind of been ticking over, just getting things done, while I've been sorting all the stuff out, because yeah, we will pick up the keys from the friend on the Sunday, which is like, when I say Sunday, I mean next Sunday, a week from today. And then the moving company, and this is what I mean by everything's trying to fall into line. Like, the moving company is doing a delivery from Christchurch to Masterton, which, if you're not from New Zealand, Masterton is a tiny town not far from Palmerston North, which is also, on a grand scale, worldwide, also a tiny town. Like, Palmerston North is like 60,000 odd people, which compared to most countries, that's a town. And Masterton is like a fourth of that. A fifth of that. So, but they're doing a delivery from Christchurch to Masterton, then they're staying in Masterton the night, because their ferry ride back is the same ferry that we're on. And so the company went, well, we can pick up all your stuff on Saturday morning, and sort it out from there. And then they're going to, depending on time and sleep and stuff, depending on whether they get enough, because truck drivers need 10 hours break in between shifts and stuff like that. But they're going to pick our stuff up on Saturday morning next week, and then they're either going to deliver it on Sunday afternoon or Monday morning. And I will have all of the next week off. So the week of the 24th, I have that entire week off work just for moving purposes. Training review. So you'll see 2 weeks of videos. And it's not really anything special. It's just kind of ticking along movements. Nothing crazy. What are the videos you're going to see? You'll see the weight increases on week 2 and week 3 of the safety bar squats, which I'm very much enjoying. The block of front squats, and then into these I've been able to kind of push the knees forwards. I realised the other day that I'm pretty getting it, well, not pretty much, I'm getting zero TFL pain in my right leg anymore, so don't know when that worked, when that fixed itself, but it did. So I'm happy. Got some accessories. The week 2 I didn't manage to do the sandbag stuff, because while I wasn't having TFL pain, I was having groin pain. It's like my adductor brevis was spasming, and so every time I would go to bend anything over, it would spasm and feel like my hip was out of place. So I didn't do that week 2, but then week 3 I went through the sandbag run pretty comfortably. And bear in mind, I did that sandbag run, the run you're going to see. I did that. So my heart shock, so 40 meter run technically, and then 20 meter carry, and 40 meter run and 20 meter carry. I did that after loading a 140 and a 120 sandbag into my boot, because I had to take them home to be able to get them ready for this move. So they're already a little bit tired, and I did pretty well on the set. I was pretty happy. And yeah, push press is going well. It's just because I've been so busy, and like the reason why I'm yawning, because I'm tired. The volume's quite heavy and quite intense. Well, not quite heavy. It's very intense, because it's 2 reps every 30 seconds for, I think it was 6 minutes and then 4 minutes. So 12 sets and 8 sets, I think. And yeah, week 2, I had to skip a set because I got really close to failing. So I was like, I'll skip the next one and do the next 2 and finish it. So I only missed 1 set out of the 12. And then week 3, it was 8 sets because it was 4 minutes. And I didn't skip a set, but I failed the last set. There wasn't enough tricep power to finish off the reps, and it was all leg drive to most of the way locked out, and then my triceps there's nothing left. But that's all right. And then you see a bit of dumbbell work. It's pretty happy with how my dumbbells moving. Managed to do 80 kgs for 3 reps, floor to overhead, which is, I've done 6 in a competition before, and in the lead up to the competition I did 4. So pretty happy where things are on that, because it's tracking along well. And I had a 4th rep, even though I was kind of just sending it. The technique wasn't great. Deadlifts are moving well. Just doing stiff legs. Noticed the first week my back was quite tender, and like a little bit of, not pain, but a little bit of like, this is hard on the old lower back in the first week. And then second week was similar, but a little bit less, even though I increased the weight. And then week 3 was like, oh, this is fine now. So hopefully that means my lower back's getting strong. And then, because I was having that little bit of groin pain, I wasn't able to go very heavy on week 2 of the Bulgarian split squats, But then week 4, back into it, easy as, increasing weights again. And then you'll see a bit of floor press. I'm really enjoying floor press this block. I did fail the last rep of my top set on week 3. That was just because I was setting it. I was really trying to push myself really hard. And then I failed the last rep, or second last rep, of the dumbbell shoulder press as well, because again, I was setting it. I was really trying to push it to see what happened. So yeah, check out the video. I'm going to do something completely different that I've never done before as well, because normally it's just me talking to the camera and then lifting videos. Interesting for some people, maybe. I'm actually going to do a vlog of my move to Christchurch, because why not? It'll be pitch black as I drive down there, because it'll be midnight. But I'll do a little video at the start, and maybe to start the camera up around halfway, and just kind of do videos from my car on the entire trip, and then vlog all the good things that happen and the bad things that are definitely going to happen at some point, because, you know, I see this to a few people. It's like, oh, you know, all these good things are, like, everything's just falling into place perfectly and it's working out really well and it's good. And I was like, and I've said to people, it's like, something's going to go wrong eventually. And everyone's like, oh, don't be a pessimist. You know, sometimes things just work out. And it's like, yes, sometimes things do work out. But in reality, life is not like that. Things go wrong. It's human nature. Things go wrong all the time. So, yeah, everything's fallen into place so far in the last 2-ish weeks. But I am waiting for something to go wrong, because that is human nature. That is what happens. And as a person with a little bit of the tism, you know, rolling with the tism, it's much more important for me to think, hey, something could go wrong. How do we limit these things going wrong? Versus, no, nothing's going to go wrong. And then something does go wrong, and it's like, oh, shit, how do I deal with this? So, yeah, check out the lifting. The next video that goes up will be probably a vlog. I'm not going to be able to put up any video for a while, because I'm literally packing everything down right now. So I've just left my computer on to make this video. I've packed everything else. I've just left some clothes out for the week and bedding, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to pack down my PC after this too. So yeah, I think I'm saying this for like the 3rd time. Check out the video. Check out the lifting. Check me out. Watch my vlog, because it's probably going to be really, really stupid, but it'll be funny. Actually, it probably won't be funny. I'm not that funny. And then, yeah, there'll be another lifting video for my last week of this training block. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, and we are into the voiceover. So this was week 2. I think that is 145 kgs, I think. Yeah, let me calculate this. 10 kilo bar plus 50 is 60, plus 40 is 100, plus 40 is 140, plus 2.5. Yeah, 145. So still the 3-second eccentrics, 2-second pause. Yeah, pretty happy with this. It's tempting to just kind of, because the weight feels comfortable, but also it's difficult because of the eccentrics and the pauses. But I feel like I just want to put weight on the bar and just send it and see how heavy I can go, because everything feels so good. And then this is week 3. So that would be, I've done this weird loading, 150, 60, 160. Yeah, it feels like I just want to go up and like load up over 200 and start just moving some heavy weights. But I know what coach is doing. He's working on loading through the TFL and quad to try and fix that area, but also loading through my lower back, because I do have a fair amount of lower back in my squats. And like this session, because of the slow eccentrics and such, it's more of, for me, a lot of core work and a lot of lower back work. And then my quads are just burning by the last set. So yeah, pretty happy with this. Technique's still holding fine. Then yeah, accessory work. So I think I only recorded my hamstring curls on week 2. On the said hamstring curl, because a couple of young ladies were talking over on the Lion curl, and they weren't really doing much, but that was fine. Yeah, everyone's in the gym for different reasons. So just getting through the reps, staring at one of the TVs in the foreground so I can not concentrate on how much my legs are burning. And then, yeah, I got to do lying legs on the week 3. I prefer the lying leg curl because I just get a better contraction. And in this gym, at least, which was, I've only got one more week in this gym, I can almost completely stack the seated leg curl, whereas I can nowhere near stack this one. And you can see my ass in the mirror, so that's always nice. This is from week 3, so this is the sandbag heart shock. So bear in mind, I had done a bunch of sandbag loading to get the sandbags into the boot of my car, the heavier ones. This is only 80 kilos. My goal was to just go a little bit faster than I had on week 1, because I didn't do week 2 because of groin issues. And I think week 1 was 1 minute and 5 seconds, and this was 55 seconds. So pretty happy. It's not like I'm fully sending it or anything either. It's just like a fast jog for that, and then a carry. And just trying to get the work done. I think I did 2 sets and I was meant to do 3, but I was just tired from the loading of the sandbags, getting them out to my car and then putting them in the back. Yeah, pretty happy. It's moving well. Working on the idea of being able to just put my hands on the sandbag and pick it up, rather than having to kind of dig my fingers underneath it. These are the dragon flags. Excuse my fat belly. Yeah, I haven't really been focusing on my diet last couple of weeks because I've just been stressed. And all the core work is making my gut a little bit bigger too, which is not a bad thing. My core feels very strong. So these are those push presses. So that's the first set of week 2. This is the first set of week 3. So it's 112, and then this is 120. The first set feels very comfortable. This is the last set on week 2. And then, yeah, this is the last set on week 3. I just failed the second rep. I just did not have enough in the triceps left. It was just not going to work. So, and then dumbbell from week 2. So it was sets of 5. So I've just been focusing on only the over here. So 1 clean, 5 presses. This is 75 kgs. Pretty happy with this. I cannot remember the last time or if I've ever done something like this before. I don't know if it's the same for other strongmen, but I find it easier to go down and then clean it again because it gives my shoulder a relax from the dumbbell sitting on it. So happy with that. And then, yeah, I wanted to try and do reps from the floor. So this is 80 kilos in week 3. And like, technique's not perfect. It wasn't maintaining the line as well as I had been, but it is what it is. And I was pretty happy how everything moved, especially considering I had my face was a little bit numb because I had a dentist appointment and they had to inject numbing stuff into my gums for the dentist appointment because I don't do well in dentist appointments. Don't like people that close to my face. Then week 2 deadlifts, trying to get a side view to kind of look at the stiff leg deadlifts. This is 195 kgs. Moving pretty comfortably. I was having some indigestion on this day because I've been eating like an arsehole. I started diet once I moved to Christchurch because I need it. Just been eating a bit shit recently because of the stress. And I've written a diet out for myself already. I just need to actually start it and maintain it. And this was, 220 on week 3. Pretty happy with how that moved, actually. This is the week 2. I was just having, that groin pain, especially on the right leg. So I started with the right leg. So you can see me kind of taking it quite slow and deliberate. And it was only, I think it's only 50 kgs. It's not super heavy or anything interesting. And then I muck around because, I managed to kick the roller off. I like doing it this way because it's way better for my movement and like the line of my body rather than putting my foot onto like a bench. But the only issue is sometimes that pad will roll straight into the gap. So it's just my foot on bare metal, which is not very nice. But I moved through the range and it was just the goal of the session was just to do the reps. And this is into week 3 where I was able to actually start really pushing the weights up again. So this is 60, 80, I think 90 kgs. I've done more before, but there was still a little bit of groin tension going on. So I was like, I won't send it too far. But you can see I'm just kind of mucking with the roller there because it keeps on moving around. But I'm just kind of working through the reps pretty easily. So week 4, I'm hoping to send it a little quite heavy and maybe do a PB. Then yeah, final day of week 2. So this is 150. Got my partner spotting because I haven't done floor press in a long time and I don't know how strong I am. And that ended up being pretty comfortable. I was pretty happy with that. And this is week 3. I actually failed the set. I haven't put it in there, but my partner ends up just saving me and then making fun of me afterwards. Yeah, so 160, I get 7, and then I say to her, I'm like, 1 more, let's do it. And then no, it must be now. There we go. And I fail it. And yeah, she grabs it and saves me. She's strong enough to be able to lift that kind of weight, so I'm not too worried. If I had to adjust how I do shoulder press, I have to clean up to my shoulders and then sit down because I just don't have I don't know. I just can't get it from my knee to my shoulder sitting down with the upright being there. Oh yeah, 40 kilos in week 2. Felt really comfortable, so I was like, I'll send it out for 45 kgs on week 3, which you'll see here in a second. And yeah, ended up failing this set. I don't get all the reps. I think I meant to do 10, I think 10 or 12, something like that, and I missed like 1 or 2 reps. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. Pretty happy with things, right? And I'm moving, so look out for me doing a vlog of my move from Palmerston North to Christchurch, and watch my lovely face as I finish this set. Thank you.